Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to be talking about the brand new Transformers 1 movie, the newest movie in the Transformers franchise. I'm a Transformers apologist. I loved all the live action movies. There's a lot of people out there who really didn't like what they did with those movies, but you can't deny they made so much money at the box office. But with this movie, initially I wasn't all that interested in it. It looked like it was catered to kind of younger audiences because of the animation style. But after seeing these reviews and the score that it's currently holding, I am a lot more interested than I was a few weeks ago. I have to tell you that, guys. But anyway, that's enough of me talking. Let's jump over to Rotten Tomatoes. Let's check out the score for this movie, and then let's check out what the critics are also saying about this movie too. So over here on Rotten Tomatoes, it's currently standing with a 90% tomato meter from 39 reviews. So that's really good, 90%. So for every 10 people who reviewed this, 9 people out of 10 enjoyed it, which is absolutely incredible. I didn't think it would get anywhere near this kind of score, and like I said, it's definitely piqued my interest now, whereas a few weeks ago I didn't really have much interest in this project whatsoever. So let's go over and let's check out the reviews here. We're going to go on to the top critics, and let's see what they had to say about Transformers 1. So starting off with this, Empire Magazine. There's slightly more than meets the eye with Transformers 1. While the art style is sometimes off-putting, yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. That's what put me off initially, seeing the art style, seeing the kind of the CGI and the direction they went with this movie. It looked to me like it was catered to younger audiences, and that's initially what put me off. But once I got over that hurdle, and I've started seeing these reviews, I'm definitely a lot more interested now. So its ideas are interesting enough to make it a decent addition to the franchise. So from the San Francisco Chronicle, even if you don't care, 2 cans of WD-40 about the origin story. I like that, that's quite funny. Its themes of friendship and underdog heroism, along with visually impressive design and clean storytelling, form a truly appealing film. So from Screen Crush, who didn't like it, after decades of experience with the Transformers in various forms, I have come to the following conclusion. They make better toys than movies. I think there's a lot of people that would probably will agree with that in some respect. So, the film verdict also didn't like it. Fills in the backstory for the legendary robots in disguise, but there's little here for viewers who come in with no investment in the universe, cinematic or otherwise. So, from Variety, while still delivering the fun and excitement expected of Hasbro's metamorphizing robots, Transformers 1 approaches the well-known characters with a degree of nuance and complexity that marks the most sophisticated on-screen portrait of them to date. From IndieWire, who didn't like it, it's all executed competently but joylessly, with zero fun to be had as it labours across an hour and 40-minute runtime that feels both too short and painfully long. From The Hollywood Reporter, besides the raucous de rigueur action sequences, Transformers 1 provides numerous witty jokes of both the verbal and visual variety and surprise surprise genuine emotion. Consider this a franchise revitalised. From AV Club, the last review we have here, the rarity of the franchise film that seems principally concerned with appealing to a new generation is more in line with a legacy of the original series than any film that has come since. That's great to hear. So it's more in line with kind of the classic, the kind of classic version of Transformers that you think of back in the 80s. So there's a few people here who didn't like the movie, but overall it seems like the top critics here, at least from what we've read, seem to overwhelmingly say, it's a joyful movie, that it's great, that people are going to enjoy this. It's been the best movie in a long time in the Transformers franchise. And yeah, it's great to see. But like I say, that initial review that we read here, where it says the art style was off-putting, I just want to go back to that. That was initially what had me stumped on kind of investing myself into this project too much. I saw it and I thought, nah, it looks kind of like a Pixar film a little bit. It looks like it's catered to sort of the younger audience. I don't think I'm the target demographic for this. It doesn't really appeal to me. But I watched the trailer a few more times. Some of the jokes were funny. Some of the dialogue was quite good. And but it was just the art style. But once I got over that and I've started reading these reviews, I'm definitely going to go and see it. I have a cinema pass anyway, so it's not going to cost me any extra money to go and see it. So it's one of those movies I'm kind of on the fence, but I've kind of just hopped on to the side where I'm going to go and see it, but only just. But I hope that's the correct decision, and I'm hoping that based on these reviews that I come out of this movie with some enjoyment to be had, because I do like the Transformers. So let's go over to this comicbookmovie.com article. Let's have a quick read about the film and see if we can learn anything else. So the first reviews for Paramount Pictures' animated prequel movie, Transformers 1, are in, and they are mostly very positive indeed, which is somewhat surprising given the mixed negative reactions to the trailers. Yeah, I squarely fall into that category right there, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. The story focuses on legendary foes, Optimus Prime, then known as Orion Pax, and Megatron, then named D16, before they become sworn enemies as leaders of their respective Transformers factions, the Autobots and Decepticons. So this is going right back to the origins of the Transformers. It's a little bit inside baseball. So if you go into this movie not knowing a lot about the origin of the Transformers, I've seen some reviews where it say you may be a little bit confused about what's going on. So I just invite you, if you are watching this video, just go online, just go on Transformers Wiki, have a little bit of a read of the origin before you go in to watch the movie. I know you shouldn't have to do that, and it's not necessary really, but I think it would go a long way to helping, just to kind of inform yourself a little bit more before you go and watch the film. It always helps to fill in those blanks, just so you don't find yourself maybe a little bit confused if you're not that familiar with kind of the Transformers origin. So Chris Hemsworth, Thor, voices Pax, with Brian Tyree Henry, Eternals, as D16 or Megatron, and the movie introduces the two then friends as simple worker bots unable to transform into their vehicle and weapon forms. As they assemble a group of fellow warriors to do battle against the mysterious plant-like villain, they again, it says plant-like villain. I'm assuming it means planet-like villain. Plant, that would be something completely different, I would assume. So planet-like villain, they gain the ability to become the robots in disguise. Though some critics weren't quite as won over by this family-friendly adventure as others, there are a couple of negative verdicts. It sounds like the studio has successfully managed to revitalize the franchise for a new generation. Transformers 1 currently has a franchise high score of 92. It's now at 90 as more reviews have come in. Obviously, it's gone down to 90, but even that, you know, I was nowhere near expecting this to get a 90. Nowhere near a 90. I would have expected a 60 to 70, sort of around that mark. So 90 has just blown my sort of expectation out of the water, if you like. On Rotten Tomatoes, based on 25 reviews, which has obviously changed as well. But yeah, guys, so that's kind of where they are. So Transformers, let's just read this one here, actually. Transformers has the touch. Don't let the trailers fool you. This X-Men First Class of Cybertron delivers a shockwavingly compelling film about an oppressive system and how to fight them. The series has never felt more exciting, action-packed, and alive. Transformers 1, hands down the best Transformers movie to date, spectacularly animated, and realizes these characters and their arcs wonderfully, with some terrific action sequences to anchor them. As a massive fan of the franchise, this made me very happy. Transformers 1 is the best Transformers movies in a generation. That's a big comment right there. The animated Transformers 1 is like a breath of fresh air. For the Transformers franchise, here's our review. Transformers 1 is a fun and refreshingly sophisticated retelling of the events that made the enemies of Optimus Prime and Megatron. Transformers 1, Chris Hemsworth and Brian Tyree Henry lead a delightful franchise revitalizing prequel. Transformers 1 review, a cut above most of its predecessors. We'll read a couple more here. Transformers 1 review, Chris Hemsworth leads a thrilling new origin story for our favourite robots. And the final one, Transformers 1 is generally the biggest surprise of 2024. What I thought would be a disposable children's fare, that's exactly what I've been saying, turned out to be a stunningly animated, very funny, surprisingly emotional and visceral film about the power of belief. Well shit, my full review this Thursday. So yeah, it's took everything that I've been saying about this seeming to be like a kids movie because of the animation style, and it's turned it on its head, and my expectation has gone from here up to here. And yeah, I'm really excited to go and see this now, I think. And yeah, bring it on. So guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. You saw these reviews here. Does it get you more excited for the movie? Or is this a movie you're going to pass on and that you have no interest in? Whatever your thoughts, comments, and opinions are, make sure you jump down below and let us know. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe before you leave. And I will see you in the next one.